book besties, and welcome back to my channel, Chris T's Books. It's Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day. I love Valentine's Day. It's one of my favorite days of the year because I love love. This is also my first Valentine's Day as a married woman, so period. I also just love the love that I have in my life. Like, I have amazing family members. I have amazing friends. I love what I do. I'm surrounded by love on the daily, okay? Love, love. For this video, we are going to be reading romance books for a week in honor of Valentine's Day. I'm so excited. I will say I'm a little bit nervous because sometimes when I read too many romance books, I get like sick of it and I'm like, okay, I don't care about love anymore. But that's not going to happen because we're going to pick really good romance books and we're going to have a good time. Come with me while I read romance books for a week. The first book that we're going to be starting with this week is none other than Wildfire by Hannah Grace. I actually don't know why I'm starting with this book, honestly. I'm going to hold your hand when I say this. I did not like Icebreaker. I know, so many people are like genuinely shocked by this. I'm sorry, it just was not good to me. I posted on my Goodreads that I did not like this book, and I had a couple people message me on Goodreads or like send me a text and be like, hey girl, her other books are actually really good. Let me trust others around me. I have already started this. I'm on page like I think 56. I've already started this, and honestly guys, I'm liking it so far. There's good potential for it to be better than Icebreaker, honestly. Like, I'm hopeful. This book follows Aurora and Russ. I honestly don't really remember who they are from Icebreaker. I think Aurora was Stassi's roommate from Icebreaker. Russ, I don't even know who this man is. It's out of my head, unfortunately. There are two characters from the first book in the Maple Hills trilogy, and this is the next book. It follows Aurora and Russ, and they kind of had like an instant connection. They had a one night stand and then they didn't really talk to each other after that. Come to find out, they are both counselors in this summer camp moment for the whole summer. And in this summer camp, there is a big rule that you are not allowed to have romantic relationships with any of the other counselors. And both of them really need this job. That's what I've learned so far. Really liking it so far. I love the camp setting. Honestly, I've read a couple books with like that sort of summer camp setting, and I didn't really like those books because I was like, can we honestly get out of the wilderness here? And I will let you know some more updates as I read more. Hello, book besties. We are currently about 50% through the book. I'm on page 197. I love this book. Like, this book is so cute. Oh my gosh. Icebreaker was very smutty, and this book is very smutty too. But Icebreaker was smutty in the sense where I was like, do they like each other or do they just like to bump uglies, you know? But in this book, like, yes, they had a one night stand, but then they're not allowed to do anything at this camp. So it's like the tension of not being able to hook up at the camp. Chef's kiss. Russ is such a sweetheart. Like, he is so sweet to her. Things that he says to her. Favorite shade of green is her eye color. That man is adorable. I literally love him so much. Aurora, I'm sorry, she's me. She just says all of her thoughts out loud, and they kind of are not filtered thoughts. Like, she just blurts whatever she's thinking out loud and just hopes that people understand what she's saying. And I'm the same way, baby. I just talk and talk and talk and talk, and like nothing makes sense ever. I love when I'm reading a romance book and the characters feel like real life people and they don't feel like words on a page, like made up characters. Like Aurora and Russ, you're telling me those two people aren't real? You're telling me the summer camp is not a real thing just like down the street in the mountains? What? I'm absolutely loving this book so much. I'm so happy I listened to my friends. Shout out to y'all. I was about ready to like never read a Hannah Grace book ever again, honestly, after Icebreaker. I'm so happy I read this. Like, oh my gosh. I have just under 200 pages left, so I'm super excited. I'm ready for more cute moments. I'll let you know my thoughts when I finish the book. Hello, book besties. First of all, I'm literally backstage. We are in between shows right now. Anyways, I have finished Wildfire by Hannah Grace. It's a 4 stars. Like, it's a solid 4 stars. Everything just tied together in a perfect bow, and I'm glad that they chose the endings for the families that they chose, and they went, like, a realistic route instead of being like, "Oh, everything's perfect and happy and dandy and sunshine." I'm glad that they did that. Russ and Aurora have my heart. Like, they are so precious. I am honestly surprised that the same author who wrote Icebreaker wrote this, because when I tell y'all, it's like night and day. I don't need to hit on Icebreaker anymore because I've done that enough in this video, but characters just being so open and vulnerable and great at communication. Like, the miscommunication in this book, I tell y'all, it literally lasted a page. And then they got their ish together. I said, thank you. I will say, if you're looking for a lot of plot and a lot of things to go on, this is not the book for you. This is very character development, relationship development, that kind of thing. Not a lot of plot ensued in this book, honestly. However, if you're looking for a great romance and you're looking for two amazing characters falling in love, it's a great pick. I really enjoyed this book. Hello, book besties. We are back. It's been a couple days. I wasn't feeling my best. I had shows all weekend, and then I went to an acting conference and was up for literally 24 hours straight. But I did start my next book for this video. I started Funny You Should Ask by Alyssa Sussman. First of all, this cover, it looks like Valentine's Day. There's a cute dog on the cover. There's a director's chair. Like, this is giving Valentine's. I've also had this book for like 2 years. I just never read it because I've been saving it for Valentine's Day, and then every Valentine's Day that comes up, I'm like, shoot, I forgot to read that book. Not this year, baby. Not this year. 2025, look alive. We're reading it. This book is about Chani, and she's a writer. There's 2 timelines going on here. So in the past, she scored a big interview with this guy named Gabe. He is basically playing James Bond, I believe. Or is it James Bond adjacent? No, he's playing James Bond. Yes, the latest James Bond. I literally thought I was going crazy. He's playing the newest James Bond. She scores a major interview with him. They are like flirting it up. I don't know all the details because I think, what page am I on? I'm on page 64. So I don't know all the details, honestly, because it's kind of unraveling right now. But they're flirting. I think something happened and they haven't spoken to each other in years. But they did have a little fling. And then the other timeline is like the now timeline, in which her team is kind of like wanting her to do a follow-up interview with him. Like, I think it's 10 years later, right? A decade later. No, it is a decade later, period. So 10 years later, she needs to have like a little reunion with him and have a reunion interview. I haven't gotten to that part yet, so I don't really know how that goes. So far, I'm enjoying my time reading it. I even like tapped some cute little quotes. The male love interest is kind of like an asshole, like, to be honest. I love asshole men in fantasy books because you have the right to be a badass. Like, you're fighting and you're like flying on dragons and like you're an assassin. Like, okay. But in the real world, baby, what has you so down in the dumps? Like, I'm sorry, you're a man. What's so hard? Anyways, he's just like really like, there's like a stick up his ass. Like, I can't explain it. Just like, he's very guarded and like clearly something happened with him. I don't know how to describe him, honestly. And that's why I think I'm not loving him 100%, because I'm like, who are you? Baby, I'm not Nancy Drew. I'm not trying to figure out your mysteries here, okay? Just open up, Buttercup. It's fine. I don't know if I love their dynamic. The dog is cute. We've met the dog. The dog is quite simply adorable. I don't know. I am still going to read it. Like, I am intrigued, and I'm like, what the heck happened between you guys? And like, where are you going to go from here? Especially when we get into like the newer timeline. I'm not like, oh wow, this is going to be a 5 stars. Like, we're pushing 3 to 4. We'll keep reading. I'll let you know my thoughts as I continue on. And yeah, hopefully it gets a little bit more interesting. Hello, book besties. We are on page 249. Oh, also, welcome to my crib. It's still giving lukewarm. Having like a decent time. It's just not a favorite of mine. The more things have happened, I've gotten some clarity on what happened in the past. They've had some more moments in the present, which is nice. But honestly, the moments in the present are very just like odd to me. Y'all only knew each other for like 1 weekend. So I'm just confused, like, how we're in love. You know? Let me stop slouching like a loser. It's just very like insta-lovey to me. And like, yes, he's a celebrity. She probably had a crush on him for years. So I'm like, okay, I understand there's that, but like, this would never happen. They didn't have enough of a connection for me to buy it. Like, I don't feel like he's attracted to her. I feel like he just wanted to like bump. I'm just not feeling the romance in this book. Cute, it's fun, like, it's entertaining, but like, I want to read a Valentine's Day book and feel the love seeping through the pages. I'm not feeling that with this, which is a bummer. I'm still intrigued with what's going on. Like, there's a lot of drama, there's a lot of things going on in this book, but I just don't care. Like, if they were to break up, I'd be like, okay, great. I have about 100 pages left, so we will see if that mood changes or if it stays the same. And this book is just like mediocre. I don't have much hope that this book will turn around magically in the last 100 pages in the home stretch. Never say never. Crazier things have happened. So I will let you know when I finish this book what I feel about it. Okay, besties, we have finished. Funny you should ask. I was gonna film this clip tomorrow, like when I woke up in the morning and like sleep on my thoughts because it's like late at night. Unfortunately, I have to talk right now. I am so frustrated. Why are we saying the L word? Y'all literally were together 6 days, 10 years ago. You're in love? Had like a miscommunication, like the third act breakup, and the things that they said to each other during this third act breakup, I was like, baby, I would not come back. I'm sorry, like, you're gonna have to grovel a lot more than that. And they were literally like, within like 3 pages, were like, oh, it's all resolved, it's fine, all is dandy. What? I don't even know what to rate it because did I enjoy my time reading the book? Yes. Up until like the last, I would say 50 pages. I was having a good time. I was like, I want to know what's happening. Like, there's like tea going on. I would not recommend this as a romance book because there was no romance. I'm going to say a 3 because I read it so quickly and like I genuinely wanted to know what was going on. 2-star for me would be like if I absolutely hated this book the whole time, and I don't think that I hated anything. I was like holding out for a hero. I was waiting for a moment where I would enjoy the characters and like I would want them to be together, and I was waiting for answers. This book just simply could have been resolved with communication. Them on bad terms for 10 years and still pining and loving each other. Be so for real. And I know that this is a book, like this is fiction. This doesn't have to be realistic. This can just be like a cheesy little rom-com, but I don't buy it. If you're gonna have unrealistic circumstances in your book, I feel like you have to have a connection that is so out of this world. I think I'm gonna say 3-star is my final rating. Personally, don't recommend this book unless you are just wanting like a quick, like no-brainer, like palette cleanser. Just so sad because look at the cover. Like, this is so sad. But let's move on and read a better book. We're gonna start a new romance book tonight. I'm not sure what we're gonna start, but I will go to my bookshelves. I will look at my Kindle and figure this out. I'm gonna pick a good one. We're gonna pick a good one. Hello, book besties. We are reading The Do-Over by Lynn Painter. I just feel like I needed a Lynn Painter book to like pick me up because I didn't love the last book that we read. I have a feeling this will bring me Valentine's joys because it literally takes place on Valentine's Day. I feel like Lynn Painter is the queen of just silly little rom-coms that will perk up my mood. I love Better Than the Movies. It's one of my 5-star reads. This is giving me like guaranteed good rating. I'm not too far in the book. I'm on page 56, so we're at about like 20-ish% through the book. This book follows Emily, and she is kind of having a terrible Valentine's Day. Like, she's lost a summer scholarship that she was really looking forward to. Her dad is moving to Texas. Her boyfriend is cheating on her. She's just kind of having like a terrible Valentine's Day. She ends the Valentine's Day going to her grandmother's house, and she's like, I'm really sick and tired of this day. I want it to be over. And she wakes up and it's Valentine's Day again. It's giving like a Groundhog's Day version of Valentine's Day. I'm loving it so far. It's super cute. Just reading the prologue, I was like, I need Lynn Painter's writing to give me a mood boost because I love her writing so much. The only thing I'm worried about is I hate the Groundhog's Day trope. Something about like the same thing happening over and over and over again can get really old really fast. However, it's not old. Well, obviously it's not old yet, it just happened. The book is not that long. I think it's 280 pages. I have a good feeling that it's not going to be too obnoxious. Like if this book was 400 pages, I would be like, we have to put the Groundhog Day trope away. The only thing I'm also confused about is I believe the love interest is Nick. He's partners with her in class. They just have like a cute little flirty banter going on. And I think that he's the love interest, and she's going to realize that he's the love interest because Josh, her icky, sticky, nasty boyfriend, I'm sorry, I'm tired of him. He is so annoying. I cannot stand her boyfriend. I think he's gonna be kicked to the curb, and then we're gonna have a relationship with Nick, which honestly Nick is better. So period. Anyways, I'm enjoying it so far. I love that it takes place on Valentine's Day. Loving it so far, and I will let you know more of my thoughts as I continue on with this book. Hello, book besties. Good morning. We are about 50-ish% through the do-over. I'm on page 174. It's a fun time. Like, I'm having so much fun. Yes, the Groundhog's Day trope keeps happening, but she's kind of to the point where she's like, F the trope, I'm just gonna do whatever the F I want. Nick, I'm sorry. He is so cutie pie. I'm loving their dynamic. I'm loving their friendship relationship moment. Where we're at in the book right now, it's not just Groundhog's Day. It's giving Ferris Bueller's Day Off. And I love that movie. So I'm like, period. I only have, I think, 100-ish pages left. So we will be finishing this book today. It's just very lighthearted. It's very fun. Like, there's nothing serious going on. Like, she's just running amok in this town, having a good old Groundhog's Day. One thing I really love with this Groundhog's Day is she is slowly realizing I do not need to like sit on my feelings all the time. Like I can speak out and I can be bold and I can say how I feel. I don't have to please people all the time. From a certified people pleaser, the president of the people pleaser club. I'm loving this. Maybe I need a Groundhog's Day. No, I don't think I would survive. Like, I would be so annoyed, honestly. I'm so excited to finish this book and let y'all know my thoughts. Alrighty, friends, we have finished The Do-Over by Lynn Painter, giving 4-star. It's giving 4-star. It was so cute. It was so fun. It was just such a good, lighthearted Valentine's Day read. Actually, lighthearted is a scam because tell me why they started talking about like actually serious stuff towards the end. And I said, I thought this was a fun Valentine's read. I didn't know we were getting into the nitty gritties of life. It actually ended better than I thought that it would. It got the closure that it needed. It was such a good book. I think this is just meant to be like a silly little Valentine's Groundhog Day trope, and I think that it got the job done. I knew Lynn Painter could do the trick. Anywho, that is the end of reading romance books for a week in honor of Valentine's Day. I hope that you enjoyed watching this just as much as I enjoyed reading all these wonderful books. Well, some of these wonderful books. I hope that you have a wonderful Valentine's Day filled with love and that you get to read some amazing romance books on your Valentine's weekend. Love y'all so much, and thank you so much for watching. Bye!